All right, welcome back. In her new book, Destination Unstoppable, The Journey of No Teammate Left Behind, Maureen Monty, she prescribes an elixir, a tested recipe for performance, success, and engagement. Destination Unstoppable puts the theory into practice as Monty guided the Cranbrook hockey team through an incredible journey of self-discovery and revitalization on its way to the 2015 state championship. This morning, I'm joined by the author, Maureen Monty herself, as well as Blake Rogow. He is a former Cranbrook varsity hockey player. Good morning to both of you.
Thank you, Malcolm.
So it says here, the first question I have for you is, why are we so disengaged in the workplace?
Well, employee engagement is a pillar of business success. And when we feel disengaged in the workplace, we struggle with having connections with the people we work with, the people we work for, and that has a negative impact on the business, right? So most people are in the wrong job or don't feel valued for being valuable. Unfortunately, Michigan is in the bottom third in terms of having an engaged workforce, and millennials, which Blake is one of them, are even lower.
So how do we re-engage those working for and with us?
Yeah, it's a great question. Frankly, it's about investing in the human side of the business. And what I do... Human resources, and we don't have a skills problem as much as we have a disconnection problem, right? So when I sit down with you, and this is what I do with teams, I sit down with you and I focus on your strengths. So when you understand why you're valuable, and then the team understands why you're valuable, and the company understands why you're valuable, that emotional connection to who you are and what you do goes up considerably. That has a positive impact on productivity, profitability, business metrics that are important.
Now, how did you put that theory into practice with the hockey players?
So the hockey team was extremely talented. They did not have a hockey problem, they had a people problem.
Yeah.
So I went in and did three things, along with Coach Weidenbach, who I can't say enough about. One, we defined what success looked like. Was this team connected to a true north that they all believed in? So the boys just described it, not just win the state championship, but how. And believing in one another, and team chemistry, and refusing to let one another fail. That was a big part of it. Then we assessed their strengths, because that's important, and then we aligned their strengths with success in the role and success for the team. They became unstoppable. It transformed the team, and 6 weeks later, they were state champions.
So you're learning hockey lessons or life lessons from Maureen. How did that play in, and how did that play out on the ice?
Well, we could really identify with our strengths, because a lot of people were trying to do things that they weren't really accustomed to, and they weren't really like their true selves doing it. But once you found out your strengths and you're able to identify with what you're good at, what you might not be so good at, but your teammates good at, you could really like find your place on the team. And I think we really connected as a team, found our groove, and went on to win the state championship.
As with any championship team, you have role players, and everybody has a role to play. Knowing what your role is and how you play it has got to be one of the major keys to success. So the strength training, how did that come into play?
Well, we knew we hit kind of a rough stretch in the middle of the season, and we knew we needed something to spark us. And one of the parents knew about Strength Finders, knew about Maureen, and suggested it to the team. And honestly, it was probably the best thing that could happen to us. Yeah,
I just actually read an article about entrepreneurship. And that was one of the things that it mentioned, is you have to take care of your body, because that is going to give you the will and the strength to continue to fight on. And that gives you confidence as well, because you know that you've reached another plateau of sorts in your strength training. And that gives you the confidence and the wherewithal to get out there and make it happen.
Absolutely. I think we hit another level after the Strength Finders test. And all the guys can talk about it. It's just a huge thing, knowing your strengths and knowing what you're good at. So it takes a lot of pressure off of you. It took a lot of pressure off of our captains, who are dealing with a lot of egos out there, people trying to do too much, and people really fit into their roles better, really knew what they were about. And I can say firsthand that I fit into my role as, I wasn't a first-line player, I wasn't a goal scorer, but I fit into my role as a penalty killer, a guy who could win face-offs.
Yeah, this great advice, great book, Maureen. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Keenan and Alicia, when I'm done with it, I'll pass it along to you guys.
All right. Speaking of destination.